Wisney and Isiagu will tip it up. Aggies in the white, Bears in the navy. And we are underway from the Pan Am Center. Game 1 in the Cancun Challenge. Aggies will head to Cancun early tomorrow morning. Here's Jalen Jackson-Posey. Ball screen from Casey Isiagu, who has to stay out of foul trouble here tonight. He's been in foul trouble in 2 straight. 10 to shoot for Jackson-Posey. Penetrates, stumbles, and he was fouled. Fouled by Zach Block, his first.
And it looks like Northern Colorado is going to trap Casey Isiagu when he gets the ball inside. Let's see if that continues. We haven't seen that this year.
Mentioned that three-point shooting earlier. If they do trap Isiagu, the Aggies 13 for 26 from 3 in their most recent game. 20 for 42 from distance in their previous 2. That is 48%. A fresh 20. Cook curls a screen, buries the 3, and 1 for Christian Cook.
Well, he's got that quick release and that efficient, very efficient, no wasted motion. He was perfectly on balance there until he got hit in the air. And here it comes. And remember, he had got about 15 a game at Northeastern Oklahoma State last year, which is one. It doesn't sound like much, but it's one of the top Division II teams in the country.
The MIAA, a really good Division II hoops league. Cook 3 for 4, now 4 for 5 on free throws this year. So a 4-point play out of the gate, and that'll help things 35 seconds in. DeJour Reeves, a JUCO transfer, brings the Bears out of the backcourt. He's in from Trinidad State JUCO in Colorado, having a very good start to his D1 career. This is Brock Wisney, exchanges for Langston Reynolds. Kick out, a 3 for Riley Abercrombie, and he answers. Bears shooting just 29% from 3 as a team, 8 makes per game, same as NM State's. Handoff to Jaden Harris, coming off that 24-point game on Tuesday, off balance, rebounded backside by Reynolds. St. Thomas, a transition 3, and he rattles it home. 2 straight for the Bears.
Well, this is something we talked about last game, Adam. The Aggies have to do a good job of getting the 3-point shooters, and there's 2 times in a row they were awful wide open there, and these are bigger kids that can shoot the ball.
They're going to trap Isiagu again. Steps through, fires it for Harris, but threw it behind him. Intercepted by Reynolds. Need to find Thomas in transition. Corner 3, back rim no good for Reeves. Oh, board though. Thomas will heave again. 2 straight for the Omaha native.
And Brock Wisney with a big rebound to keep that in play for Northern Colorado.
A quick 9-0 run after the 4-point play for Cook. Harris swings it for Cook. Posey goes away from the Isiagu. Ball screen, easy finger roll, clear path, and he lays it in for 2.
Well, that's what I like. Jalen Jackson-Posey's under control all the time. He sort of hesitated there, and he got around his guy and then waited a second so he wouldn't get charged with a charging foul.
Harris all over St. Thomas. He's going to fire again. That one was forced, snatched in by Isiagu. Jackson-Posey for Carpenter. Off the leg of Cook. Diving stop there by Thomas underneath. Reeves really crafty with the ball in his hands. Wisney wasn't ready for it. 3 is up, and it's good. That is Riley Abercrombie, the Australia native, his second made 3.
And he's the Rice transfer, isn't that correct, Adam?
Yep.
He was at Rice, so he's an experienced player. You know, played a lot of college basketball up to this point.
He's a grad student, second year at UNC after playing for Rice. Wing to wing to Jackson-Posey. Good high hedge by Wisney. Jackson-Posey will fire. He's been really efficient from 3, 6 for 12 for the year.
That's right. He doesn't put up a bunch of them, but he's smart about it. He's judicious, we'd say.
High-scoring start from the arc on both sides. Abercrombie left open again. This one a brick. Jackson Posey will push. Isiagu slipped. Jackson Posey finds him, and then Isiagu stripped away. Reeves a pull-up, swishes it in. First two for DeJour Reeves.
And he shoots the ball well, Adam. DeJour Reeves, he had a terrific career at Trinidad State, not far away.
He was almost 24 a game. He was 23 and a half a game a year ago at the JUCO level. Bears by a handful. Aggies are in possession. Harris overthrew Isiagu. He almost threw it in the hoop at the back of the rim. Shooter left open. That is Reynolds. Missed it short. Isiagu clears on the weak side. Four Aggies getting ready to check in. Odukale, Jackson, Kanyanga, and Rawls. Next dead ball will be a media. A weave handoff on the arc to Jackson Posey. Harris wasn't ready to shoot. He bricked it. And nothing behind it. Jason Hooten puts his hands up in the air. Reeves to the rim. Fancy finish with the right hand left side. And Jason Hooten will call a timeout. And this will turn into a media. Bears go ahead by 7. They're 7 for 11 from the field. The debut of Femi Odukale when we come back to the Pan Am.
And here comes Femi.
Femi Odukale, number 11 in white, one of 4 new Aggies to come in the game here. Off the bench, Rawls, Monzie Jackson, Jonathan Kanyanga. The only starter who stays in is Cook. First touch for Odukale. Penetrates, finishes with the left. How about that for a start?
We should just take him out of the game and let him sit down now. He's already made an impact. You know, he's very quick off the dribble, and he's truly a big guard.
His 86th career game, 85 of those at the Power 5 level. He snatches in the rebound on the Abercrombie miss. And he may run the point this year. He's a 6'6" guard from the Bronx. Cook swings it for Odukale, looking for a ball screen from Monzie Jackson. Jackson on the roll, pull up, little floater, too heavy. Loose ball rebound for Marcel McCreary, who's in off the bench for the Bears. McCreary, not shy, he'll shoot a 3, swirls off. Odukale, his second rebound.
This is what I mean about Northern Colorado trying to rabbit the pace. Boy, they come out of they take the first open shot.
Odukale with a handful, a deep triple.
Well, pretty quick impact for Femi Odukale.
And that is why this waiver approval was so huge for the program. This is a game changer the rest of the way. It's jolted the team as well after the Bears led by 7. Reeves misses. Third rebound for Odukale, who averages 4 a game in his career. Rawls finds Kanyanga, fumbled it, saves it for Cook. He'll fire a 3. Bingo!
Boy, and things are cooking with Femi comes into the game and suddenly things have turned around.
A 10-0 Aggie run since Odukale entered the game. Abercrombie spinning, defended by Jackson. Rawls got his hand on it, so did Kanyanga. Under 10 to shoot. McCreary circling. Odukale helps. 1 to shoot for Reeves. It's an air ball and it's a shot clock violation.
And here comes, there's Christian Cook with, we keep talking about how he's got great balance, very measured, no panic, an efficient three-point shooter.
And now for the first time this year and for the first time in the crimson and white, we're going to see Yak Yak. 6'11" freshman from Adelaide, Australia. He's in, 14 in white. He's been battling an injury, trying to get healthy. Rawls launches a 3. That's an air ball, and it bounces away out of bounds. And this will send us to the under 12 media. Well, if you doubted us or if you doubted Jason Hooten when he said Femi Odukale was a game changer, the recent 3-minute stretch, it tells you something. 5 points, 3 boards. Aggies lead by 1. And with the addition of Yak and with the addition of Odukale, it could be a 10-man rotation now, which is a huge plus. It was an 8-man rotation to start the year because of injuries and the waivers not being approved yet. Connor Creech floats it out to midcourt. Cook is hovering all over Reynolds. Big Theo Hughes in the game, the 7-footer from Brentwood, England. Here's Thomas, blocked away by Odukale, but a foul is called. That's a good matchup right there. Thomas 6'7", Odukale 6'6".
Yeah, just he nearly got that one.
Previous 2 years for St. Thomas being played at Loyola Chicago. So he's a transfer. 13 points, 11 boards a game. And he gets the friendly roll.
And he seems to have come into his own here. He didn't have great numbers at Loyola of Chicago, but he seems to have found a home in Greeley, Colorado.
Bears out of the Big Sky Conference, their first road game of the year, their first game away from Greeley. Fell by 19 on Tuesday against in-state rival Colorado State. Jordan Rawls will run the point, transfer from Western Kentucky in Conference USA. Odukale posting up, and he struggled with the catch. He just gives you so much, Russ, where he can play the point, he can post up with a smaller defender. He can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, he's going to cause all kinds of problems. Good problems for the Aggies.
Cook with the steal, and then he stepped out of bounds on the sideline. Jackson Posey returns for Cook. Iziagu comes in for Yak. I just love saying it, Yak. First name, last name, the same. Creech gets it in. This is Wisney working on Iziagu. Skip out for Thomas. He loves to shoot it. That one way off. Odukale posting up on the smaller reads.
Yeah, they're double teaming every time on the low post.
Iziagu stripped away. He thought he was fouled going up. Aggies will keep it on the end line. Well, right now the Bears doing a good job of defending Iziagu in the interior.
Yeah, and it's just every time they get it in, every time the Aggies go to the low post, Northern Colorado double teams the post and then rotate pretty quickly. They've got it down.
I think Iziagu had a case. I think he might have been fouled there. And a push by Thomas before the finish for Odukale. That's the first on St. Thomas.
Well, sometimes you see a guy appear for the first time and airballs a couple and kicks it off his foot, but I don't think Odukale's nervous. He's played in front of huge crowds before and in great conferences.
Good high hedge there by Wisney. Under 10 for Odukale on the timer. Defended by Creech. Tough matchup here for Connor Creech. Odukale rises over him, and he will go to the free throw line for 2. You know, Russ, I think part of it, when you bring up him coming out and really being ready to go, part of it is when you're still waiting on the waiver, you're able to practice. So, I mean, he went the distance as far as practicing. He did not play in those secret scrimmages, and he did not play, of course, in the previous regular season games, but he was with the team every day. He was practicing every day. Yes. So I think the transition is a little bit smoother because of that.
That's right. It's not like he just got off the airplane from the East Coast. You got to quit telling about the secret scrimmages, though. You're giving it away. It's not going to be a secret if you keep talking about it on television.
We won't say who they played. Odukale's struggled during his career on free throws, 56%, but he looked pretty darn good on that one. 85 games, 64 starts in 3 years. 2 of them at Pitt, 1 at Seton Hall. Monzie Jackson pulls in the rebound, and a foul is called on Creech for reaching in. You got to love the hustle and the energy that Monzie Jackson brings to the table every day.
And that was in traffic. That was, quite a rebound by Monzie. I mean, he outmuscles 2 Northern Colorado players there.
It's the second foul on Creech. Abercrombie returns for him. Brent Dugas, the official, talking to his partner about something. Brent Dugas, Chance Moore, Ryan McCarty, the crew. Might be a shot clock deal. Yep, it's at 29, now it resets to 19. Rawls will inbound, bounces in for Isiagu. Wisney defends. Isiagu the jump hook, tips it out to Harris. Aggies reset. Jackson Posey straight on.
Well, that was the first time they weren't able to double team the low post.
Near block by Isiagu, but Reynolds able to extend around him.
Now that'll drive Jason Hooten crazy. If a guy can dribble down the court and shoot a layup.
Aggies a miss, 4 straight from the field. Rawls pops, missed the 3-way short. That's not really his game.
No, we've talked about his medium range game is beyond reproach.
Abercrombie rushed a 3, he missed it. Thomas rebounds offensive. Reynolds on the arc. Abercrombie will launch again. His second effort, his third made 3. He's already attempted a half dozen.
But you can see that Northern Colorado is quick to shoot the 3, and I'll talk about Steve Smiley when we get a chance. Their young coach.
Skip out to Harris. Jackson fakes the handoff to Harris. Lost it. Gets it back. Rawls. He'll pull inside the arc. That's his game. Misses the jumper. Saved right to Isiagu. And this time he'll get free throws.
But you look at the program, and you look at the press. We watch the replay. You look at the program, and Steve Smiley went to Northern State, and you think, where's Northern State? But he played for Don Meyer, and Don Meyer at one time was the winningest coach in the history of college basketball. He won 923 games, mostly at David Lipscomb, and then went up to died very young tragically. He was 69 years old. He might have won 1,200 games if they let him keep coaching. But Steve Smiley is the leading assist man in the history of that school, and to play for Don Meyer is really, he's probably the greatest coach that no one's ever heard of, because he was at David Lipscomb for most of his career. At one time at David Lipscomb, Don Meyer won 41 games, wow, if you can imagine that. So Krzyzewski just recently beat Don Meyer, and he died of cancer at the age of 69. But Steve Smiley was deeply influenced by him. In fact, you won't believe it, Adam, but he wrote a book about him.
Wow. So
the guy's coaching and writing books. What's the story there?
Wisney on the spin, snatched in by Monzie Jackson.
Sorry, that was a long monologue.
No, that was really good, Russ. Smiley in his 4th year now as the head coach. Deep 2 is short for Jackson Posey. And losing the handle was DeJour Reeves. Jackson left open, layup no good. He missed one of those on Tuesday as well. Thomas waiting for his teammates, blocking foul on Jackson Posey. When Jim Boeheim was a coach. So, I mean, he's learned under some really good ones.
Yeah, he's been some terrific schools. He's been at some terrific schools, and he's been a head coach himself.
He knew he wanted to do this a long time ago, and he has a bright, bright future. Already doing a great job on Jason Hooten's staff. Numbers for the Bears if they hurry. Wisney would have been goaltending anyway, I think.
And he got
count the basket.
I thought Wisney got fouled on the way up there. The Aggies were lucky not to have that be a 3-point play.
So the Bears go ahead by 6. Odukale still on the bench. No foul issues. Let's see where the offense comes from here. Flare screen is set to get Cook free. Cook to the rim. Cook can't finish. The tip is good, though. Carpenter came flying in.
Boy, he soared for that, but then just a nice soft touch as he tipped it in.
It's been a quiet start for Carpenter, who averages 11 a game. He was the top scorer for the Aggies until Tuesday's game. St. Thomas trying to stuff it through two Aggies, throws it away. Good high hedge by Brock Wisney. Harris. Back up top for Cook. Not a whole lot going on here on this possession. Under 10 to shoot. Jackson Posey has to make something happen. Missed the three short. And Jason Hooten does not like that possession at all. He's going to put Odukale back in the game.
Well, things are going to go better when the ball moves for the Aggies.
Here's Makai Cameron, his first minutes, number 1. Thomas, high arcing three. He was 0 for 6 from 3 in his previous game. He's 3 for 5 tonight.
Yeah, he's not shy, is he?
Carpenter calling for it, and Jackson Posey overthrew him.
And that's Riley Abercrombie made that happen with great pressure defense. And they're going to have to make Abercrombie pay for overplaying like that. They can't just keep running out to half court when he's denying the ball.
Well, if you're the Aggies, you would love a similar spurt to what Odukale brought to the table early on in the half. Aggies trail by 7 on defense. Wisney can shoot threes. His 5th try this year, only 1 make. Here comes Harris. Harris, good move. Penetrates, dumps it off to Carpenter, and he missed it up close. Hand off to Cameron, trying to turn the corner. Transfer from Cowley Community College. He'll launch a three, way off. Odukale skying for the rebound, his 4th. Ball is in his hands here, and he's bumped going to the rim.
Boy, he's hard to control. He's quick off the dribble, isn't he?
That's 7 fouls on the Bears, so 1-1 coming up for the transfer from Seton Hall. You know, Jason Hooten said, Russ, that a big reason why Femi wanted to transfer here is he felt like the ball would be in his hands a lot. And Jason Hooten said early on during the offseason he was a little bit unsure if that would be the play, if the ball would be in Femi's hands a lot, if he could run the point, kind of control things, be the engine. But he said the more he watched him, especially in preseason practice, he said he might be our point guard the rest of the way.
Yes. And he's got tremendous size for a point guard. But, the Aggies seem solid at the guard spot to me. It's just that the big guys have been nagged by injuries all fall, and I think the jury is still out on them because we haven't seen them 100% healthy.
Aggies have missed 11 of their previous 12 from the field, and Odukale misses the front end of the 1-1. Bears with 6 first half made threes. That floater is off. 5th board for Odukale. Need to find a way to get back on track on this end. Iziagu had it poked away by the 7-footer Theo Hughes. And then Reynolds had it roll off his leg. Ball back to the Aggies. How did things change on the offensive end right now, Russ?
Well, one of the things that has rattled the Aggies a little bit, no one has double-teamed our post players. Big Casey's not a huge scorer down there, so I'm surprised they're double-teaming him, but I think it takes advantage of their quickness and gives the defense a very different look than what we've seen up to this point.
Odukale, a fancy finish, maneuvering in midair. Eight points, 5 rebounds, 3 for 3 from the field for Femi. And when he goes in the lane like that, he's ready to put somebody on a poster. He's done it before at Seton Hall and at Pitt. Good defense by Rawls. Defending Reynolds, 30 feet away. Now Isiagu defends on the switch. He pinned it off the backboard. No change in possession. Shot clock down to 4. Do the Bears know it? Shot clock down to 2, and the teardrop goes for Reynolds. Under 4 left, Odukale runs the point. Defended by Reynolds. Pull up from the elbow. Off the mark, Thomas clears. Thomas in transition. A little too strong on that 3. Good box out by Monzi.
Monzi's smart, he's like an older player in a lot of ways.
Isiagu back out for Jackson. Extra pass to Rawls. Short on the 3.
And Monzi turned down a shot there for just as good a shot for Jordan Rawls. Jordan couldn't make it go down, though.
Reeves to the rim. Nobody helped. He missed it anyway. Hughes fouled going up.
Great effort by the Brit.
Not a bad person to foul. He's 3 for 8 on free throws this year, and he will shoot a pair on the other side. 3 minutes left. Opening half, game 1 in the Cancun Challenge. All right, Russ. Theo Hughes from Brentwood, England. There's a connection there, isn't there?
Well, yes, he played for the England under-19 team for a guy that played for me in Ireland with when Brandon Mason played for me in Ireland. So a guy named Alan Keane, who was our best shooter. I don't know if Theo Hughes is their best shooter, but he can make a free throw. But it was fun. It was fun to talk to him for a minute before the game. I didn't want to bother him, but just told him that I knew Alan Keane, his coach.
Tell you what, Hughes, a big body. He's only a sophomore. Check that, a senior. 7 foot 260. It's 1 out of 2 and makes it a 31-23 game. Odukale, Yak, Rawls, Jackson, and Cook. Cook made 2 threes earlier. Pinballs off this one, and Yak goes over the back.
That's a good problem there, though. Lou Henson used to talk about that. The over-the-back foul isn't a bad one. It's going after the ball, so it's encouraging that Yak is aggressive.
Aggies ice cold from the field now after that quick start. It was 4-0 out of the gate, 30 seconds in, on a 4-point play for Cook. It's been a little slow since, if you take out the stretch from Odukale individually.
Oh.
Thomas defended by Odukale. Reeves wants a ball screen from Wisney. Wisney fouled by Yak.
And DeJour Reeves is unusual for a little guy. He gets away with it. He dribbles the ball high for a small guy, but he can really score, and it's effective for him.
So that's 2 fouls in a row now on Yak. Isiagu will check in for him after this free throw visit for Wisney. His first miss of the year, 6 for 7. He's a good shooter, 6'9", 230, sophomore, averaging a team best 16 a game.
And he was 5 a game last year. He's made tremendous improvement. I'm trying to think of anyone that we've seen this year that's improved as much as he has from a year ago. It's still early in the year, but he's got a tremendous future, I think, for the Bears.
Isiagu back in, coming in for Yak. Pick and roll game here with Odukale. Cook gets the defender in the air, pull up from the elbow, good. Nice shot there by Christian Cook.
And if he can make that pull-up jumper, boy, that really adds a dimension to his game because he can certainly shoot the 3.
Cook has already matched his season high. He has 9. Reeves gets by Cook, and he answers.
Well, when that happened last game, Cook made a shot, and then his man made a shot. Boy, he was out of the game immediately. I think that time he slipped and fell, but he's going to have to, if he's going to stay in the game for Jason Hooten, he's going to have to play defense.
Odukale finds Cook.
He can sure do that.
He rattles in the 3, a dozen for the D2 transfer. He can fill it up, that's for sure. 16 a game a year ago at the Division II level. Reeves backdoor. Thomas had it blocked. Put back is good, though, for Wisney up tight.
And Wisney hadn't rebounded a ton up to this point, but he's certainly rebounding tonight.
Final minute. Exchanging buckets right now. Northern Colorado, 36 first half points.
Best coaches that ever coached basketball. And so just having Don Meyer in his psyche, I think, is a huge advantage for him.
The Bears 22 wins 2 years ago. Step back three for Reeves, swirls off Wisney, the putback, and he's clipped on the putback. And one for Brock Wisney.
Well, pretty good defense by Christian Cook there. Got Dejour Reeves to put up a little bit of a desperate shot, but the Aggies just couldn't get to the ball.
Initially, Isiagu had him checked out, and then Wisney just kind of maneuvered around him like a defensive lineman.
Like the Aggie football team did at Auburn today.
Well, if you're wondering how does Wisney get to 16 a game, he's kind of shown us here in the first half. It's not always pretty, but he finds a way to get the ball in his hands.
He's tough and he's smart, and he can do a lot. He can score a lot of different ways.
Bears with their biggest lead here in half one. Aggies could really use a bucket. About a 7-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Cook has had the hot hand here in half one. It's been a tough half for Jaden Harris, who's on the bench. Monzie Jackson a post touch. They're going to double team. Skip out to Cook. Jackson Posey slithers, hangs, misses. Isiagu saves it. Right to Reynolds, though. Some time for Reynolds. Abercrombie, a great look. He missed it short. And a foul is called on the rebound, and it's going to be Casey Isiagu trying to box out. So the Bears will get 1-1 with 1.5 left here in the half.
And Jason Hooten's not taking any chances. He's going back with Jonathan Kanyanga. You don't want Casey to get his third foul before the half, even though there's just a second on the clock.
Now Isiagu did foul Theo Hughes, who struggles mightily from the free throw line. 4 for 10 this year. Juju Ramirez sees his first action with 1.5 left. They get Thomas out to make sure he doesn't pick up his second.
Let's see, I expect the Aggies to go with a long pass here. Let's see if they do. Oh, they won't be able to now.
They fumbled the rebound, and there might be some time left here for Northern Colorado. Clock says 0.1. Let's see if the officials will stick with that or add some time.
Well, I thought I thought Jason Hooten might put Yaki in the game because really the only thing they can do is tip it in now. They're not going to have time to catch it and shoot it.
0.1, you cannot catch and shoot with 0.1. I'm not sure why they're trying to do so. Should have just thrown it towards the hoop and had somebody tap it. Bears lead by a dozen. Their biggest lead. They finish off the half on a 6-0 run. St. Thomas with 11. Christian Cook with a dozen. Halftime activities coming your way next. Bears first 4 games for NM State. For New Mexico State, you play Kentucky. Well, Kentucky almost beat number 1 Kansas the other day. You played Irvine. Irvine upsets USC by 10 earlier this week, so 2 outstanding programs. Then you trounce 2 non-D1s. On the flip side for the Bears, you beat 2 non-D1s, you lose to Colorado State. I think this is a good gauge for both.
That's right.
After 40 minutes, where you're at here in later November.
That's right. We've talked about it before where, in a way, Western New Mexico was good for the Aggies' confidence, but it was not a great preparation for tonight's battle.
Odukale did not start the game. He does start the second half, though, and he defends Thomas right here. Needs to be careful with those 2 personals. Good verticality, but Thomas scores anyway right over Odukale.
Yeah, that's going to be quite a matchup this half.
So it's Jackson Posey, Odukale, Cook, Carpenter, and Isiagu. Harris on the bench to start the half. Hand off to Odukale, trying to lob it for Isiagu, and Isiagu just picked up his third.
Just the wrong angle for Femi to throw it in from there. He would need to take a dribble and give Casey a chance to get some position down there. It's a tough one to throw it in from the top there.
You surprised Jason Hooten's letting Isiagu stay in here? Not even a thought of going to the bench. Backdoor layup is good for Reynolds on the pass by Thomas. I'm sure Jason Hooten probably feels like this is crunch time early on in the half. You need to leave Isiagu in.
Maybe he thinks it's do or die for the Aggies here.
Jackson Posey slings it for Odukale, fakes the handoff to the rim. He lost it, but it was off the leg of a Bear. He was looking for a jam if he could and lost the handle.
That's Christian Cook getting beat backdoor, but a pretty good pass, good timing by Northern Colorado.
Biggest lead for the Bears, 16. Jordan Rawls in off the bench. He catches the inbound pass. Jackson Posey left wide open, 18 feet away.
And that's his game. And similar game to Jordan Rawls. They're slightly different, but they've both got terrific medium range and three-point range.
Rawls came in for Cook, by the way. You get beat back door and you're playing for Jason Hooten. He doesn't care how many points you have. He's going to take you out of the game. 1 on 3 for Jackson Posey. Off balance, he missed it. Carpenter grabbed it, and he's fouled going up.
Good hustle by Robert Carpenter. I was a little surprised that Jalen Jackson Posey kept going on that. It was sort of 1 on 3, but he split the defenders to get to the basket.
Still a long way to go. A lot of time left. First free throw for Carpenter spins through. Maybe this will get him rolling. Just 3 field goal attempts, 1 for 3, just 3 points for Carpenter. He was averaging 14.5 in his previous 2. Just a 12-point game. Long way to go. Thomas backdoor for Reeves, and he's hammered by Isiagu his 4th. And now he will have to sit.
Well, I don't know if that's what Don Meyer did on offense, but it's similar to what Princeton does, where they dribble at you and then backdoor, and you wind up taking your eye off the basket, off the basketball, because you. But just a brilliant timing play by Northern Colorado, and they've done it a couple times now.
And now Isiagu's in foul trouble for the 3rd straight game. So now the Aggies will probably go small. They're going to bring Monty Jackson in. Harris will come in as well. And Jackson Posey will go off with Isiagu. I think Casey's frustrated because he's picked up 2 fouls in the half, and really both fouls he was trying to bail somebody else out.
Exactly.
So you can see the frustration and understand the frustration from the grad transfer. Rawls held scoreless so far. Missed 3 threes in half 1. Harris also scoreless. Good high hedge by Wisney. Double team comes, and Carpenter throws it away. Lob ahead for Reynolds, and he jams it with 2 hands.
Yeah, the Aggies are not handling the double team well. That was another instance of it.
And you were surprised, too, when Northern Colorado did that out of the gate, right?
Well, generally you do it when there's, when there's a dominant post player.
Jackson a deep 2, way short. And out of bounds was Wisney.
But the Bears are so well drilled that they don't. You would think that there's no reason to double team.
Russ, they're double teaming everybody. Jackson caught that ball deep in the corner, and they were ready to double team him before he shot it.
Yes, but the key is how quickly they recover. It's their pursuit after the double team, which was Nolan Richardson's trademark, by the way.
Odukale, tough shot. Thomas collects his 8th rebound. Big screen, that's illegal on Wisney. His 3rd personal. That could be big for the Bears. Wisney, their top post player. So the 7-footer Hughes enters for him. Bears were plus 12 in half 1. They are plus 4 early on in half 2. Odukale trying to find that rhythm again. Jackson was open, didn't shoot it, and he's bumped going to the rim. Should be a shooting foul here for Monty.
Well, good series that time. But the Aggies are going to have to chip away slowly. What I am concerned about, Adam, is that they'll try to get it all back at once, and that's not a good idea because you can't really make a 16-point play. And they're going to have to stick to sharing the ball, and I worry that someone's going to try and become the hero.
And it's so early in the season, you don't have a previous experience to draw back on where you say, okay, we trailed against this team by 15 or 16 and came back and made it a game. You don't have that to look back on.
Yeah, and neither do they have a Zach Lofton or a Teddy Allen or a Trev Queen, someone who can just take over the game offensively. They're going to have to do it as a group.
And they're going to have to do it with defense. Need to get some stops. Bears now shooting 46% from the field. They are 3 for 3 in the half. Steal for Harris, scoops it up at midcourt, no numbers. Aggies looking for some sort of continuity offensively. Jackson for 3. The tip by Odukale, too heavy. Looking down low for Hughes. Good help side defense. Intercepted by Jaden Harris. Odukale attacks off the bounce. Left-handed floater, no good. Will there be continuation or will this one be on the ground?
Well, pretty good body control by Femi, and he's going to get 2 shots.
Russ, he can change directions, change hands really quickly at a high level. In midair, on the ground. Really crafty.
Yes, tremendous body control there by Femi.
And he's been busy from the free throw line. 2 out of 4 now for Femi Odukale. Yak coming in for Jackson. They're going to need Yak in half 2 with Isiagu on the bench with 4. Femi Odukale trying to make this a 12-point game. Rebound for Thomas. He's approaching a double-double. 13 and 9 to go along with 4 helpers for the Loyola Chicago transfer. Odukale the steal. Attacking Art Thomas. Euro. Left it short on the finger roll, but he's fouled from behind by Theo Hughes.
Just stick with the game plan and handle the double teams a little bit better. Don't get beat back door. They're getting beat back door a few times today.
Yeah, 2 times in the half.
And just, Northern Colorado wants to play fast and they want to shoot it quick, and the Aggies have to be ready for that.
And the Aggies not capitalizing consistently on their free throws, especially Odukale, who's now 3 for 7. The Aggies have missed 4 in a row from the field. Odukale with the steal. A little shimmy as he fires it ahead for Harris, and Harris is bumped. Zach Block, plagued by foul trouble the entire way. That's his 3rd. He started the game, only played a couple of first-half minutes because of 2 personal, so he has to sit again.
And he's quite a good player, but he's headed back for the bench again. I think you're right. Tough break for Zach Block.
3 on him, 3 on Wisney as well. That could be a big issue down the road for Northern Colorado. Aggies can trim this to single digits with a 3. Defender leaves Odukale. Yak exchanges for Harris. Odukale doesn't shoot a ton of threes. Likes to attack. He does here. Push out. Great look for Harris. Way off. Tip goes to Harris. Then lost the handle. Last touch by Reeves on the baseline. The Aggies will keep it. Been a tough night for Harris, trying to maintain his confidence after a breakout game Tuesday when he scored 24, and now he's going to go off, and Christian Cook, who scored 12 in the first half, comes back in. Rawls with the handle. Cook in the corner for Odukale. Splits 2, stays patient, blocked away by Hughes. Hughes recovered well, the 7-footer.
Boy, that surprised me. Hughes really recovered quickly.
Thomas clanks the three.
And did you see Femi split the double team there just with a nifty move, but couldn't get the shot to go up because
Rawls a pull up short. Not the shot Jason Hooten was looking for. And Thomas is clipped by Odukale. That's his third. Do you let him play through here, Russ?
I'm not the head coach. I'm just the color analyst. I don't think, well, Jason Hooten says no. I'm going to go along with what Coach Hooten says there.
I think we're still trying to get a feel for his philosophy and how he handles foul trouble.
Well, also with Femi, he probably needs to catch his breath a little bit anyway. He hasn't played the games like the other ones have. It's a different kind of conditioning.
So some of the stars on the bench: Wisney for Northern Colorado, Odukale, Isiagu for NM State. Reeves, help defense was there by Jackson Posey. Another offensive rebound. It's loose. They reset the shot clock, so the shot clock reset to 20, and then Jackson intercepts Thomas.
Well, that's what Monzie Jackson really does well. He anticipated, faked, and came up with the steal. He does play like an older player in many ways.
Carpenter up close. Good find, threading the needle by Jackson Posey.
Yeah, beautiful pass by Jalen Jackson Posey. But Monzie Jackson really anticipates well. He's clever. And I think his knee is still bothering him, but he's.
That was a YMCA move right there by Connor Creech. Just kind of circled for a good 10 seconds and finally finished around the rim. Lead back to 12 for Northern Colorado. Cook flips it for Jackson Posey. Carpenter, short corner, turnaround jumper. Bingo for Carpenter.
Well, that's a good sign. If Carpenter can get moving for the Aggies here, that will really help.
He's got to be your go-to if Odukale's on the bench and Harris is on the bench. Crowd getting into it. Nearly 7 minutes in. Thomas on the spin. 3 defenders there. Hughes, no good. Tipped out. Grabbed by Rawls. He pushes. Rawls back out. Jackson Posey for the wing. Bingo!
Great decision by Jordan Rawls. He could have shot that one, but he made the right decision.
Timeout, Steve Smiley.
Great enthusiasm. What a team.
Zach left for the Philippines on Wednesday morning as he continues his pro career overseas. Had that brief stint with the Pistons.
And then in Kuwait with former Aggie assistant Casey Owens.
The lead was as high as 16 for the Bears. It's down to 7. McCreary slides into the forecourt. Looking for a handoff. Aggies switch it. Creech defended by Jackson Posey. Juju Ramirez back in. Picks up his dribble. Kanyanga hounding him. That's a tough 3 by Reeves. Clanks. Jackson Posey snatches it. Aggies can make it a 2-possession game.
Well, it's an interesting move by Steve Smiley also. He's got the guys from the bench in the game at a crucial time here.
Jackson Posey shallow. Ahead for Creech. Odukale on the bench for NM State, so is Harris. Creech back door, dump off to Ramirez, blocked by Kanyanga.
Well, Kanyanga really saved the Aggies. They got burned back door again off the same dribble drive, dribbling at the wing player and having him go back door.
Third block this year for the young man from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Lob up high for Kanyanga. That goes as a shot. It'll count for Rawls. It's a 3-pointer. How did he do that?
Well, I'm just gonna say it's his new shot. He's already got the floater. Oh.
That was a pass from Jordan Rawls, and it went in the hoop. We're going to see it again. He was lobbing it for Kanyanga, and he threw it in the cylinder.
Well, Kanyanga wasn't really that open, so maybe it was a good decision by Jordan Rawls at the last second.
Russ, if that isn't a sign and a good omen for the rest of the game, the next 11:30, I don't know what is. Aggies within 4. We're back to the Pan Am after this. If Kanyanga can do what he just did on defense, that's all Jason Hooten is looking for. He's not looking for 5 or 6 points a game. He's just looking for quality defense and impact the game on this end. And he's going to have to play big minutes down the stretch because of the foul issues for Isiagu. Wisney back in with his foul trouble. Kanyanga defends well. Blocked from behind for Jackson Posey, and he tiptoes around the end line.
Well, great help by Jackson Posey because the Aggies were in trouble there.
Jackson on the catch. Kanyanga on the foul. It won't count, though. Monzie Jackson was fouled on the shot. Kanyanga gets a big high five from Jason Hooten, even though it won't count.
Now, that could have been an old-fashioned three-point play.
Could have been.
Monzie could have just made that go down.
Now the key there is it's foul number 4 on Brock Wisney, so he goes off and the 7-footer Hughes returns.
But Hughes has given him some good minutes up to this point.
Monzie Jackson now 4 for 4 on free throws, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point game. This is a 10-0 Aggie scoring run. Bears haven't scored in over 240. Pan Am is alive again. Thomas defended by Odukale. Backdoor, Kanyanga blocked it. Grabbed by Monzie Jackson.
Kanyanga with a really great help there. The Aggies keep getting beat backdoor, and it's going to...
They were looking for Kanyanga. Couldn't quite corral it. He wanted it higher. And a foul is called on Jackson on the arc. And Kanyanga is telling Jackson Posey a little bit higher. I jump higher than that. Number 2 on Monzie Jackson. This is a 16-2 run if you want to go back nearly 7 minutes. Inbound pass deflected, grabbed by Reeves in the backcourt. Cook hounds him. Good high hedge by Kanyanga. Abercrombie contested 3, rims it through. That's his 4th make. And that'll snap a 3-minute, 14-second scoreless drought for the Bears. Odukale attacks on Thomas, spins, stays on his feet, left it short, but a foul is called. A late foul called on Thomas, his 2nd personal.
Yeah, Aggies got a break there, I think. Femi didn't have much. Well, maybe he got bumped by Thomas, I guess. It's hard to tell from our angle.
He will get to the free throw line a ton. He's already attempted 7, so his 8th and his 9th coming up. Double figures in the debut for Femi Odukale. Averaged 11 per game 2 years ago at Pitt. 8 per game in his career. 7 a game a year ago at Seton Hall. 12 for Odukale. Back to a 1-possession game. In the defense in this half, Russ, it's been much better.
Yes. It's just save for the back. They keep getting beat on that backdoor cut. And there it was. But that time Jackson Posey did it perfectly.
Cook slithers, bounces for Odukale, and he's fouled going up again.
I thought there was no whistle there. I couldn't believe it, but it was just that with the roar of the Pan Am's crowd, I couldn't hear anything.
It was 9-0 fast break points for the first 17 or 18 minutes of the game. Now the Aggies with 9 fast break points and getting to the free throw line a ton. Odukale has a game-high 14 off the bench. Had his waiver approved on Friday. Big game 1 day later. Here's Hughes. Hands it off to Reeves. Right back to Thomas. Defended by Cook. Kanyanga, good verticality. Rebound for Cook.
Kanyanga's made a huge difference.
Cook a jumper. The Aggies with their first lead since 8 minutes into the game.
Well, Cook wanted to pass that. He mishandled the ball for a second and found himself open. So he recovered nicely, Christian Cook.
Reach in called Arn Jackson with 9:02 left in half two.
Well, that's not the time when Monzie Jackson needs to be close to Abercrombie. Off the dribble, he's not as dangerous as he is off the pass.
Another Aggie run. This one a 6-0 run. The Aggies have made 5 of their previous 6 from the field. Carpenter comes in for Jackson. This is Reeves. Abercrombie almost an air ball. Weak side rebound for Jackson Posey.
Well, Jackson Posey rebounds well for a guard. He keeps coming up with the ball.
Odukale had it poked and stolen by Reeves. Thomas attacks. Odukale got back, stolen by Jackson Posey. Cook a pull-up. Bingo!
Well, the one time St. Thomas has been quick to shoot every time he catches the ball, and the one time he probably should have definitely shot it, he passed it and turned the ball over.
Hughes on the roll. Kanyanga left him, no help side defense. I think Jason Hooten has some players who need a breather. He might use a timeout here. Let's see. Looks like he's going to let him play Arn. Jackson Posey needs a breather, so does Cook. Odukale attacks, and he's fouled again from behind. Relentless on the move on the dribble drive.
And I'm going to go out on a limb, Adam, and say that as the year goes on, he'll make that shot. I think he's a little tired now. And you were right, that was Jackson Posey instantly thumped his own chest and said that was my fault on the weak side help.
Northern Colorado has attempted 11 free throws as a team. These are the 12th and the 13th tries individually for Odukale, and now he's making them. Slow start. He was 3 for 7 to start. Now he's 8 for 12. Yak in for Kanyanga. Cook off. Harris back in.
And Jason Hooten giving an earful in a good way to Jonathan Kanyanga, who made a huge impact on the game tonight. Uh-oh.
Odukale trying to grab the miss. He does. He pulls it out, and he's fouled by Hughes. More free throws.
But great.
Getting to the free throw line a ton. After these upcoming free throws for Odukale, it's going to be 18 second half free throw attempts. And he had been money ever since a slow start. Before that, shallow miss. Trying to make it a 3-point game. Looking for his 16th point. Splits the pair. And this is huge because the Aggies are in the double bonus the rest of the way. They've only committed 16 fouls. Odukale gets a breather, and Jordan Rawls comes in.
Well, I think a wise move by Jason Hooten. Femi Odukale has really established himself as a good player already, but he's going to rest him for a couple minutes with 3 fouls.
Thomas decided at the very last second to pass it for Hughes, and Carpenter fouls him going up. Thomas was about to shoot it. You know, an interesting stat line going into this game, and you and I both talked about it. St. Thomas, who's a forward, was averaging a team best 4 assists per game coming in, so he shares the basketball well.
Yes, and when we talked about Bijur Reeves, who's as much a scorer as he is a point guard, but the fact that St. Thomas can pass the ball. By the way, did you notice when Robert Carpenter hammered Theo Hughes, and Hughes didn't even flinch. He's a big boy. It would take more than that to disturb him, I think.
In case you're just joining us, Northern Colorado led by as many as 16, 2 minutes into the half. Since then, it's been all Aggies. Yak in the high post, hands it off to Jaden Harris, who's had a slow night on offense. Jackson Posey maneuvers, back out for Carpenter, along 2. Missed it too strong, and Thomas bobbled it, but then Reeves saved it. Reynolds almost out of bounds. Three is short for Abercrombie. Yak corrals.
Nice work by Yak. Did a good job screening out.
Rawls passes up the three, resets with Jackson Posey. Gets a Yak ball screen. Rawls left alone. Spins off the three. Yak almost over the back again. And it looks like it's going to be Bears basketball with 6:46 left.
Boy, I think we're going to go down to the wire here today, Adam.
Which will be interesting for both because neither team has gone down to the wire yet this year. It's been blowouts either way for the most part. Thomas double teamed on the elbow. He throws it away in the hands of Jordan Rawls. Rawls speeds ahead, finger roll no good. Bodies flying everywhere, and it's going to be a foul on the Aggies. I think it's going to go on Carpenter.
But on that last series, the Aggies have been burned without help on the weak side, and Jordan Rawls was perfect. He was right in the right spot to get the steal there.
Yak came in there at the very last moment, but they do call it on Carpenter. I thought it was going to be Yak after the second look. The initial look, I said Carpenter, and then Yak had kind of a forearm into a Bear at the very end. That's number 8 on NM State, so 1-1 for Thomas. Cook returns, comes in for Jackson Posey for NM State.
And he's been a good free throw shooter all of his career.
At the line, number
77% this year, 2 for 2 in the game, as head coach Steve Smiley looks on. Student section not as much of a factor as it was the first couple of home games because of Thanksgiving break. But the crowd's been good overall. And this is tie number 3. We've had 4 lead changes. Northern Colorado has led for 28 minutes in this game, but the Aggies coming roaring back here in half 2. Can they finish it off? Ezeagu is back in with 6 and change left in his 4 personals. Cook deep on the right wing for Harris.
I thought we were going to see the floater from Jordan Rawls.
Carpenter leans in and banks it in.
Now he can do that.
A quiet 10 for Carpenter as he enters double figures. Wisney also on the floor with his 4 personals. Reynolds lost the handle, gets it back though. Here's Creech. Ran over the defender, but that's a blocking foul, and it's on Ezeagu. He's done, that's his 5th. It's been a tough stretch for Casey Ezeagu. 3 straight games with foul issues, and he just couldn't find a rhythm tonight because of the foul trouble.
Yeah, he's just didn't quite have the, and Creech was going to pass it anyway. He might have been better off letting him fly by. The good news is that Kenyanga's been fantastic up to this point. It's his best game.
And Yak's been pretty good. Creech 1 for 5 on free throws now for the year, and it's corralled up high by Kenyanga.
Yeah, it's far and away the best Kenyanga's played.
This has been a big week for him because Tuesday we said that was his best all-around game, and he has surpassed that in this one. Cook is bumped at midcourt, and it's going to be a foul on Reynolds to send Cook to the free throw line for 2. So it's going to come down to free throws the rest of the way. Russ, this is a different Aggie team. When you throw in Odukale, you throw in a much improved Kanyanga. Now Yak is able to play. This looks different.
Gives them a different look, and we've still got Robert Carpenter and Monzie Jackson, I think, nursing some nagging leg injuries. And thank goodness the Aggies were able to add those players today.
One more for Cook, junior out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. An outstanding shooter. Matches the biggest lead. It's 4, 5 and change left. What a comeback this has been in half 2 at home. Abercrombie checked by Carpenter, whips it out, intercepted by Harris.
Pretty good defense by Jaden Harris. He hadn't scored much tonight, but he's done a good job defensively.
The defense has led the charge in the half, holding the Bears to just 18 second half points after 40 in half 1. Carpenter from the corner. Reynolds to Wisney, throws it up, no good. Blocking foul on Carpenter. Wisney will shoot 2.
What was he in the circle there? I thought he had position. He must have not got outside the circle there.
Russ, it's so much harder nowadays to draw a charge because they want you set before that. Offensive players, plant foot is down. So I think Carpenter might have been a hair late.
And he jumped a little bit. Tough break, but the Aggies get a break as Wisney, who's normally a good free thrower, misses.
Odukale back in, probably going to see him the rest of the way. Wisney never misses both, gets 1 out of 2. Still a 1-possession game. Jackson Posey, Harris, Odukale, Cook, and Kanyanga. Isiagu done. He has fouled out of the game. Wisney playing with 4 for Northern Colorado. Flare screen is set for Cook. His 3 is good. What a night for Christian Cook.
Nice pass. He was kind of sneaky coming off that screen. I didn't know what he was doing. Oh.
Bajor Reeves is fouled by Harris. This was a tough shot, Russ.
Boy, he's got that beautiful shot. If you were going to teach your kid to shoot, you'd have him watch Christian Cook.
And this is why he made the jump D2 to D1. We thought that a comparison to Cameron Hoofner, who did it for Jason Hooten at Sam Houston, would be a good comparison. And he's been producing just like Hoofner did for Sam Houston a year ago after transferring from Division II Pittsburgh State.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. And Hoofner stayed at Sam Houston, did he?
He did, yeah.
I was sort of hoping he would join Jason Hooten, but I think Jason probably would have felt bad about taking him along.
And Russ, it's the same league, right? Pitt State,
yes.
The same league that Christian Cook came from in the MIAA. Under 4 left. They're running Cook off a screen. 21 now. Clanks the 3, weak side rebound for Reynolds.
Oh, he traveled.
Penetrating is Reeves, and a tough finish right around the 6'9" Kanyanga. Jackson Posey races into the front court, and Jason Hooten will use a timeout, which will send us to the Under 4 media. Boy, do we have a good one for you tonight. Game 1 in the Cancun Challenge. Aggies trailed by 16 at the 17:51 mark. Now they lead by 3. Stick with 4 games this year, Russ. Blown out at Kentucky. 2 lopsided wins against non-D1s. The Irvine game was close for a little while, but they still lost by 17. So this is their first real test where it's crunch time with 3 and change left, and they have a chance to go win a game.
That's right, Northern Colorado, big switch. They're in a zone. Looks like maybe a 1-2-2 or a 3-2.
Odukale here on the high post. Working on to Wisney. Stays patient and scores for 2.
Boy, he's sneaky quick in there. Big play. I wonder if Northern will stay in that zone now.
Steal for Jackson Posey. A race out, floater no good, but he's fouled going up. And the transfer from Stephen F. Austin will shoot a pair.
Well, big turn of events, and it was a bit of a gamble by Coach Smiley to go with the zone. But what it did is it isolated Odukale against Wisney, and Wisney just wasn't quite quick enough for him. Brock Wisney, as good a player as he is, he just struggled to guard a big point guard.
And Wisney's trying to stay in the game. He has those 4 personals.
Yes, he couldn't foul. I forgot about that. That's a good point.
Jackson Posey, a perfect 9 for 9 this year on free throws. 72% career, and he drains both. Largest lead for NM State at 7.
And Reeves has to be exhausted. He's been out there for 36 minutes.
Reynolds trying to stuff it in. He does.
Boy, tough move by Langston Reynolds.
Since the 17:51 mark in half 2, the Aggies are plus 21. 2 possession game, 2:20 left. Jackson Posey, Harris, Kanyanga, Cook, and Odukale. Oh, they might have had Odukale on a lob if they wanted to. Now they post him up on Reynolds, who's only 6'4". Last touch by Reynolds. It stays with the Aggies.
Boy, Reynolds is tough. And he's just a sophomore, isn't he? Yep, just a sophomore, Langston Reynolds.
6 to shoot. Let's see what Jason Hooten draws up here. Lob in for Cook. 4 to shoot. Odukale has to throw something up. Step back straight on. Got rim. Thought he got fouled. No call though. Wisney in the lane. Odukale meets him up top.
Well, somebody got lost there.
And he's going to make him earn it.
And this is the thing that I think will get ironed out as Jason Hooten keeps bringing him back to practices. Occasionally there's somebody wide open under the basket, and that just can't happen. In that case, I wonder if it was Jonathan Kanyanga, maybe the most inexperienced guy on the floor right now.
Wisney has missed 2 free throws, 4 for 6 now in the game, was 6 for 6 coming in.
I've got a sneaking suspicion that Northern Colorado's not going to lay down and die here in the last minute.
Split the pair again.
Yep.
Rare misses, 3 of them for Wisney. He can't believe it himself.
And he's been out there quite a while as well.
2 timeouts left for Jason Hooten. 2 timeouts left for 4th-year Bears head coach Steve Smiley. 95 seconds. Aggie fans saying finish it. Ahead by 4 with possession. Odukale waiting for Kanyanga. Takes it himself. Spins. Steps through. They're going to call traveling. He thought he kept his pivot foot. You see that move sometimes in women's hoops, rarely in men's hoops, and Odukale whistled for traveling. Both teams in the double bonus. Reeves checked by Cook, and he circles his way to the rim and lays it in for 2.
Boy, he's got great energy he's been out there for 37 minutes. Deju Reeves. What endurance he's got.
And Jason Hooten will call a timeout. Steve Smiley thought Reeves was fouled on the layup. Didn't get the call. Aggie lead is down to 2 with 1:02 left. Chris, the inbounder. Trying to stretch out the lead. Odukale with the ball in his hands. We're going to choose some clock here. Kanyanga comes out for a ball screen. Odukale goes away from it. Cook straight arm. Bingo!
Wow. Glitzy shot to take a 3 at this point in the game. That could be the nail in the coffin if the Aggies can get a stop here.
24 for Christian Cook. Wisney on the spin, leans in, And he was fouled going up. Jason Hooten wanted a traveling violation. We get the benefit, Russ, of a second look.
And Wisney strong to the hoop here. Well, maybe not. Did he travel? He was just taking big steps. I think maybe he was okay there. What do you think, Adam?
Officiating is a very hard job, Russ,
Yeah.
especially in real time.
I'd have to watch it slow down again.
So now Jason Hooten will get Kanyanga out of the game because Northern Colorado likely would foul right away. So they bring Rawls in, a good free throw shooter. Wisney split the pair again. Odukale saves it in the corner for Harris. Harris fouled on the sideline. Wisney has split a pair 4 times.
Now, Adam, a lot of guys would have turned the ball over. They're trapped in the corner like Jaden Harris was, but I think he's the strongest, physically the strongest Aggie, and it didn't seem to bother him. He plowed right through it, got fouled, and now he hasn't scored a basket yet. But let's see, the pressure will be on Jaden Harris here, who has no baskets after his breakout game a couple nights ago.
Yeah, Russ, I was going to say, if I told you before the game, Harris will be at the free throw line with 0 points with 31 seconds left in the game, you're probably going to say it ain't looking good.
Yeah.
He scored 24 on Tuesday, top scorer coming in.
Yeah, this is the best sign I've seen for the Aggies all year. So they were down, they had a chance to quit, they've toughed it out. We just need Jaden Harris to make a big free throw.
Northern Colorado made 6 threes in the first half, only 1 in half 2. They attempted 20 in the first half. They've only put up 5 threes in the second half. Harris spins off the second. He missed both. Odukale grabs the rebound, sends it out for Jackson Posey, poked away by Reeves. Harris fouls him from behind. Oh, that was a helter-skelter sequence of events. Reeves will shoot 2 with 23 seconds left.
DeJure Reeves looked like he could play another 30 minutes. It's unbelievable how this guy's been out there nearly every minute, and boy, he's like he's on a motor scooter.
Winning is never easy at this level, Russ. Never easy. Especially against a quality program that has 20-plus wins in 4 of the previous 5 full seasons. Reeves rattles off the free throw.
Boy, maybe he's a little more tired than I thought.
He gets 1 out of 2, and Steve Smiley will call a timeout. 23 seconds left. The Aggies have been in the double bonus forever. They are 21 for 30 from the free throw line. Odukale 9 for 15. Jackson Posey 2 for 2. Cook 3 for 3. Those are some of the notables. Do you try to get it to Odukale or do you try to get it to Cook? Odukale's probably your best ball handler right now, right?
Yes, but he may be that he struggles occasionally at the free throw line. I think he's such a good passer. I wonder if Odukale at 6'6" should take the ball out of bounds. But let me tell you what I've noticed about Jason Hooten already. Boy, he's intense early in the game, but now with the game on the line, he seems to be much more relaxed than he was early in the game. He's smiling, he's calm, he's cool, but I think he'll devise something to get the ball in bounds and maybe even to break their back with a longer pass. But I'm looking to see Odukale take the ball out of bounds. I wonder if they want to have a bigger guy take the ball out of bounds to see over the defense a little bit.
Aggies break huddle with Cook, Odukale, Jackson Posey, Rawls, and Harris.
And I was right. Finally, Odukale taking the ball out of bounds. I think because they've got St. Thomas on him at about 6'8".
Here comes Cook. They're going to trap in the corner. Dangerous pass, poked away by the ultra-quick DeJure Reeves.
I think they'll set up the same out-of-bounds play here.
That did take 2 seconds off the clock. Odukale bounces in for Jackson Posey. Tough catch.
Boy, Nice move by Odukale did the right thing there, Adam. Did you see him? He passed the ball in bounds and he quickly stepped towards the ball so it didn't have to go past the basket on the return pass, and that really saved the Aggies there because the pass was a little bit flimsy going back to Odukale.
You know, Jason Hooten has said numerous times that with a full new roster, it's been tough trying to jam in as much information as possible. You have to wonder how much time he's been able to work on end-of-game situations. I know he's worked on it, but probably not as much as he would like.
Well, and this is the first time it's been live. It's not a test run this time. And this is a very good team. That Northern Colorado is a very good team. I think they'll compete for the Big Sky Championship.
Second of 2 on a career night for Christian Cook. He has 26. Reeves will catch, crosses midcourt, 15 seconds. Races to the rim, denied by Jackson Posey. Fouled though, he will shoot 2, and there's 12.5 left.
Foul on Mexico State number 0, Jalen Jackson Posey against second.
There are so many positives from tonight for Jason Hooten. On a night where Casey Isiagu is a non-factor because of foul trouble. Top scorer Jaden Harris has not scored a point. Yet they have found a way to come from behind. Now they're trying to finish it off. And Reeves can make it a one-possession game right here.
But Reeves is tough, though. He's been out there 38 minutes, Adam, and he's just, his motor really runs, and he just made that happen there with just great speed and determination.
One timeout left for the Aggies, one timeout remaining for the Bears. 5 quality free throw shooters back in now. Inbound pass to Posey. Skips out of a double team, right back to Jackson Posey, and he is run into by Zach Block on the near sideline.
Boy, that was face to face, just teeth to teeth, but Posey's up quickly. And poor Zach Block that was not intentional.
No,
boy, he's bleeding pretty good.
Absolutely not.
He's bleeding pretty good there. He might have knocked out a tooth.
All you're trying to do right there is foul as quickly as possible. There was absolutely zero intention behind it. I think for Zach Block right there too, Russ, he just couldn't stop quick enough, right? He got too close, he just couldn't stop quick enough.
It was an aggressive play, but it wasn't a deliberate. But boy, we learned a lot about Jalen Jackson Posey there. Now we'll really learn a lot if he makes these free throws. But he bounced up pretty quick. He wasn't down for a 10 count.
This will work as a pseudo timeout here for Jason Hooten. They're going to have to clean up the floor. There's blood on the sideline where the collision occurred, so they're going to have to clean that up first, and then we'll be able to get back to action. The best trainer in the biz, Mike Anderson, coming over. Mike is as good as it gets, doing double duty per usual. So with 8 seconds left before Jackson Posey shoots the 2 free throws, they'll clean up Lou Henson Court.
It's a PG-rated show, Adam, so they didn't want to show the blood, I guess. But yeah, there was quite a bit of blood on the sideline there. And it was Zach Block. I wonder if he lost a tooth or split a lip or something.
Yeah. It's been a tough night for Block, who had foul trouble early.
But here's a big thing the coaches look for is Jackson Posey takes a shot right to the face, and let's see if he can make the big free throws after taking a shot to the face.
You see that deep breath. He's not missed a free throw this year. He's 2 for 2 in the game.
I'm going to say he's going to make these. I'm going out on a limb here.
Tough young man out of Midland, transfer from SFA, makes it a 4-point game. Jason Hooten has said this will be the real first challenge here tonight at home. Playing a good Northern Colorado program. Russ right on cue. He trained both, never hit the rim. Into the forecourt is Reynolds. Reynolds throws it out, stolen by Odukale, and that'll do it. The first quality win in the Jason Hooten era The Aggies trailed by 16 early in the half. They stormed back and they win it by a handful.
What a game. Just great determination. The Aggies did a great job on the boards in the second half.